Jim, we're sitting here in downtown St. Louis. Just a few blocks away sits the region's biggest white elephant. It's the AT&T building, which the AT&T moved out of years ago. It sits there empty. Another deal just to, possible sale of the building just fell through. It's about the, I don't know, fifth or sixth attempt to sell it that's gone nowhere. Very, very hard to see what somebody's going to do with that 1.4 million square foot white elephant.
And it's a shame. It's 44 stories tall.
Yeah.
I think it's the tallest building in St. Louis. And it used to be a center of our corporate region around here when AT&T was here, Southwestern Bell actually.
Right.
And it's really a shame. The deal fell through. This is a rotten time to try to sell an office building begin with.
Yeah.
Vacancy rates, the region, the office vacancy rate is about 13%. Downtown, it's about 15%. If you look at Class A office space downtown, it's 20-something percent. And between last year and this year, 1.7 million square feet of office space in this region went vacant.
Right.
Had people in it a year and a half ago? No people in it now.
Right. People just aren't renewing leases after the pandemic because they're not sure. They're going to come back with maybe a hybrid work environment instead of everybody in an office space. Yeah. But this is a deeper problem than the pandemic. Yes, this is a building that was built for a single tenant. I'm told it would be very hard to retrofit for multiple tenants. You'd have to build out elevator lobbies and the elevator system itself might have to be reconfigured. It's that's a difficult problem. It might work as maybe a hotel, apartments, condos, something like that. But there's not a market for that much space in downtown St. Louis. That'd be years worth of growth for the St. Louis downtown residential market.
And you can see that in the prices that they were talking about. AT&T sold it for what, 200 million or something?
205 million in 2006.
2006. Yeah. What is the appraisal now for?
It's appraised at 14 million now. And when they tried to put it up for auction recently, the starting bid was around 3 million, and they ultimately didn't have any takers. So they might have to pay somebody to take it off. The bondholders own it right now. The building's got like $113 million of debt on it.
Yeah, they're just wiped out.
They're not going to get that back.
We know a lot of the people in the real estate market here have been pointing their finger at Tashara Jones because for all of these things, all of these deals, they try to get some kind of subsidy out of the city. Well, and Tashara Jones is saying, well, I'm going to be stingier with that than in the future, and I want something from you developers, in terms of developing the neighborhoods of the city if we're going to give you a breakdown here. But I don't know, without a deal, was that just going to deteriorate over the next few decades?
Oh, I think so, and you can't blame this on the mayor or the city. I mean, this certainly precedes her administration.
Of course,
by years. I think it even precedes the previous mayor's tenure. It's just a long-standing problem. We don't have enough growth in office demand for it. It's not a building that can be easily refitted for anything else. It would take a tremendous amount of incentives, more than any responsible city government would want to put to make that work.
Well, if you look at the development of downtown over the last 20 years, this downtown 25 years ago was a wreck. I think a whole lot of abandoned buildings. Basically, what happened was the economy improved. That was a lot of it, but also the state had a program. Historical renovation subsidies,
tax credits,
in which they pay about 25% of the renovation. That made viable a lot of the development of these old buildings into, old office buildings into lofts and whatever. I'm not sure that magic is working anymore. We have the railway exchange building open. We have Jefferson Arms, these big buildings just sitting there vacant.
Yeah, there are a couple of others, but this one is the most prominent, and it's probably going to take the longest to find a solution for.
So do we just wait for subsidies, and if they don't come, is downtown going to fade away like it seemed to do 25 years ago?
Well, I think we need to we need to find ways to grow the economy and grow the downtown attractiveness, in particular, make it a place where companies and residents and tourists want to be.
Create demand and fill up those
yeah,
offices.
But it's not going to be a quick fix. There's not any magic incentive you could put in that's going to make all those buildings reusable.